Alright guys, so we're set up Stanislaus National Forest right now, out by McKay's Dam over Stanislaus River. Video's filmed kind of backwards, but I figured it'd be a good introduction to the channel, walk around of everything. I figured do a quick little walk around everything that's done front to back. So up front, it's just clear turn signals. It has a mix of Thurin 2-inch soft rides with Thurin Fox 2.0s and Carly arms. Then it's a Carly sway bar end link. And up front, I've swapped rotors, caliper brackets, and pads over to 3rd gen with a 3rd gen track bar, and it's a 4th gen steering setup in a redhead box. And this one gets asked a lot, but these are ditch lights from FCK with the bracket for a 4th gen Dodge that I cut up and it fits on a 2nd gen. Probably make another video about that. Last night we were going to use a diesel heater and it threw an E2 code, so there was no diesel heat. I also get asked about the chrome badges a lot too. They're just factory badges, and all the black on the outside comes off with acetone, but I might make a how-to on that. Tent setup, it's a used Walkabout 62 from 23.0 in an annex. I bought it used. The only problem is the annex is one of the extended models because the owner had a taco when he put it on his roof. So I have a lot of space at the bottom that doesn't really do anything. And it's pretty nice in here. The annex has a lot of room. Usually stuff in there. And I ran just RGB LEDs that run off of a 5-watt portable battery pack for lighting. It works pretty good when it's dark. Yeah, one of my favorite things about the tent is it's pretty easy to set up and tear down. So I think I'll throw in a video of tearing it down real quick. It doesn't take too long, so. Then in back, taillights are AFT parts, clear taillights, and the whole camping setup usually just throws back here. Run, I believe it's a Alliance Aquatainer, I think it's a 5-gallon, and just throw everything back here. Usually have a flat table that goes right there. Some people might know that, and it got stuck and spun a riv nut, so I'll be making another one of those and probably making a video series of fabricating a drawer system for that, but we'll see how that goes. These lights are kind of dual purpose from Tractor Supply. It's a Traveler Series LED. And what I did is I ran a harness down the frame, up the bed, and instead of running like a dual input switch, I found out that they make remote controls for these. So instead of having a button in the bed and coming on with reverse lights, you can just click a button and they'll come on from in the cab, outside, wherever. They have a pretty good range on it too. And fuel-wise, the truck has a fast 100 running to a bean sump on the bottom, which is nice. If there would ever be gas put in the truck, which I don't know how that would happen, could drain it because they have a fuel drain on the bottom. So that's been kind of a good addition, but I worry a little bit about it. I was originally going to build this truck to be a lowered truck, so that's why I put the sump on, and now I need to build a skid plate because I don't know how I feel about rubber fuel lines hanging this low. Under the hood is mostly stock. Here's the FCK brackets that I modified for a second gen. They're still a little bit close to the windshield, but they do clear. I think if I bend this about 2 degrees more, we'll be clear of the windshield completely. Motor-wise, it's almost completely stock. I have head studs sitting on my floor for it. Has a Fenley Precision Induction 6712 with an S&B intake. And that's the relay clicking on for the strobes in the back. I clicked the button against it. And fueling wise, stock injectors for now. The turbo actually spools very well. It's a Quadzilla truck with a tune that I wrote for it myself, and it does pretty good. EGTs are manageable, very manageable actually. It doesn't see above 1200 when beating on it, but other than that, motor is pretty much stock with a 4-inch straight pipe. Back here, there's a few changes I want to make. Mainly when I was talking about the drawer system, I think that'd be really ideal. The only issue is, as you can tell, the rack is only half the height of the cab. So anyways, I keep all my food in a cooler for now. If I could afford a Dometic and a Jackery, I'd run one of those. But the problem that faces is that with a drawer system, you know, I'd like to have drawers that slide out like this. So you have cook surface on the tailgate here, cook surface here, storage everywhere else. But if I put a drawer system here that's about 10 inches tall, there isn't room for an Arctic or a Dometic. And kind of what I'm thinking I'll do is maybe full drawer slide out here, and then a slide out here with drawers in the back. And the top part is kind of sectional, so you can put either a Dometic or an Arctic there, or it is storage. But I'm not quite sure on that one yet. I also kind of like to come up with a water system. I really like this, but when it gets cold, it's not fun. And also there's no, I know they make camp sinks, but I can't hang it under there or anything. So I was originally going to film a review for the diesel heater, and we now have a code E2 for low voltage, so I think something, it's been spilling diesel, so I think something melted a connection in here. That's all gross. So probably no diesel heater for the night, but we do have some pretty views though. I think that might be Stockton past, I'm not really sure from this vantage point, but yeah, it's a pretty good view.
Oh, sorry. I need I need a paper towel, love.
Okay, hold on.
Don't knock my plate over.